It appears like Mariah Carey is going to go into her petty girl phase. Since rumors are circulating that she is heading for, you guys want to guess who is at the top of her list? Out of all the people who have harmed her, there have been long rumors that Mariah has been feuding with Beyoncé and J.Lo because she subtly believes they stole her career. It appears that Mariah is getting ready to go full diva mode because fans have reason to think she will reveal all the dirty drama on her upcoming album. But the streets are claiming that the feud isn't the only drama Mariah is revealing. There are also rumors that she is allegedly going to reveal some Diddy drama. What exactly does Mariah have to say about Diddy and J.Lo, and why in the world did she wait this long to reveal the truth? Let's break this down. Back in the 1990s, as you are all aware, Mariah has been in the business for a long time and used to hang out with some of the most influential people in Hollywood. Mariah Carey was that girl everywhere you looked. She was ruling the charts, effortlessly alternating between pop, R&B, and hip-hop, and doing it all on her own terms. She wasn't just a voice, she was a force to be reckoned with in a field that at the time rarely gave such success to women, particularly black and brown women. In a 2001 interview, Beyoncé, who was then a rising star, made it clear that she adored Mariah. B even claimed that listening to Vision of Love was the turning point in her career as a singer. There are old videos of her looking radiant as she spoke about Mariah, who was obviously enthralled by her powerful voice and stage presence. However, as Beyoncé entered her solo era and superstardom, the public fangirling eventually vanished. The shout-out stopped. Fans picked up on it too, and it sparked questions. Did something go down behind the scenes, or did the dynamic just shift as Beyoncé became a big deal herself? But for Mariah, the red flags weren't about her former fangirls ghosting her. It was about them trying to kick her out. She eventually started calling out what she believed were calculated efforts to undermine her. One of the most well-known examples is a drama around her song Loverboy. Mariah has secured a sample from Yellow Magic Orchestra's Firecracker for the song. But before she could release it, Jennifer Lopez's team put out a song using the exact same sample. Mariah claimed this wasn't some random coincidence. She believed her ex-husband, Tommy MUTT, who was still running Sony at the time, and apparently still bitter about their breakup, intentionally gave the sample to J.Lo's team to mess with her comeback. The way everything lined up felt way too suspicious, and Mariah took it as a deliberate move against her. In her memoir, she wrote much of what went wrong with Glitter led back to Tommy. He was angry about the divorce and my departure from Sony, and he used all his power and connections to punish me. Tommy was furious when I cut the strings he used to manipulate me. There was no way he would allow me to have a huge success after leaving him, and Sony, he was not going to let me or Glitter shine. After hearing my new song using the same sample, Sony rushed to make a single for another female entertainer on their label whom I don't know, and before y'all accused Mariah of being a salty ex, that's not the case. Tommy Mottola has been accused by so many artists of playing shady. I mean, y'all remember when Michael Jackson called him the devil, and y'all know MJ was not the messy type.
And Tommy Mottola is a devil. I'm not supposed to say what I'm gonna say right now, but I have to let you in on a secret.
Say it.
So, please don't videotape what I'm going to say, okay? Turn that off, please. No what? I don't mind. Tape it.
Oh! Michael is getting gangster today! Yeah.
It's Mariah Carey. After divorcing Tommy, came to me crying. She was crying so badly I had to hold her. And she said to me that this is an evil man. And Michael, this man follows me, she said. He taps her phones. And he's very, very evil, and she doesn't trust him. And he is a horrible human being. And we have to continue our drive until he's terminated.
Oh, so it's easy to trust Mariah if she claims that he interfered with her career. However, in 2002, when she made an appearance on Larry King Live, she made some crazy remarks about J.Lo.
Attention Jennifer Lopez gets, does that bother? Is there rivalries, by the way, in this business?
There are rivalries, but I don't think she has anything to do with me. I mean, my whole thing is singing, writing songs.
She's an actress.
Yeah, and I've been doing this, my whole life. Singing is first and foremost. It's a God-given talent that I'm grateful for. Her thing is something different.
And speaking of J.Lo, her rise seemed to happen almost overnight right around the time these shady moves started playing out to many fans. It looked like Mariah wasn't just dealing with J.Lo but with a full-blown industry machine working overtime to push her out while lifting up the next star in line. Then came Beyoncé's solo breakout, and things got even more layered. There were quiet reports that Mariah felt Beyoncé had pulled away from her, despite once calling her a major influence to some. It started to feel like Mariah was being quietly sidelined by artists who have followed the path she helped pave, but with the music industry now rallying behind them instead of her. So honestly, is it so surprising that Mariah now wants to get her lick back at J.Lo and Beyoncé? And if she wants to get her lick back, what better time to do it than now, in the middle of the Diddy drama? Both Beyoncé and J.Lo have been dragged into the drama, and Mariah spilling the tea is going to make things 10 times worse for them. J.Lo's history with Diddy runs deep, and it's not just nosy fans making things up. Back in 1999, Diddy and J.Lo were arrested after a chaotic night at a nightclub ended terribly. Police found a weapon and some stolen items in their vehicle, and one woman was seriously injured after being in the face. The situation was messy, to say the least, and J.Lo quickly became part of the media frenzy. Although the charges against her were eventually dropped after Diddy's associate shine took the fall, the scandal popped up all over again after Diddy's legal drama started. Now, people are starting to ask whether those long blur details from that infamous night could come back to haunt her, especially if Diddy really is naming names to save himself. On the other hand, Beyoncé's connection to Diddy wasn't super direct. From what fans think, she got introduced to his world mostly through Jay-Z. Since he and Diddy have been working together for years, there were rumors that she had been around some of the same people and parties, but nothing ever officially linked her to any of Diddy's alleged crimes. The whole industry is on edge, to say the least. If any of this ends up sticking, it could seriously hurt Beyoncé and J.Lo. Their entire brands were built on being powerful, polished, and pretty much untouchable, but now just being tied to Diddy's mess, even by association, had people looking at them differently. At the same time, these rumors started to connect back to Mariah Carey with Diddy's legal situation dragging Beyoncé and J.Lo into the spotlight. The timing lined up with talk about Mariah's new album. She had always spoken out about feeling sabotaged by industry insiders who worked with Beyoncé and Jay-Z, and now she might have new material to work with. Word on the streets is that Mariah is allegedly going to address these connections in her music and set the stage for something big. Her upcoming album is already stirring up conversation. And it's not just because she's releasing new music. Industry insiders say this project feels like her way of finally confronting the struggles she's faced throughout her career, including the alleged sabotage involving Beyoncé and Jennifer Lopez. For years, Mariah has dropped hints in interviews and in her memoir about betrayal and shady moves behind the scenes. But this time, it looks like she's ready to say it all out loud. According to fan speculation, this album isn't about subtle messages or veiled lyrics. It's about setting the record straight. The business is on edge due to the excitement around Mariah's forthcoming album. Fans are certain that even if she keeps things quiet, like she did with songs like Clown or Petals, people would still understand the message because of her enormous power and the fact that one song is all it takes to entirely change the narrative. Since her fans are adept at reading between the lines, Mariah doesn't need to reveal names. However, if she uses this album to reveal the alleged manipulation she has experienced, it may put significant pressure on Beyoncé and J.Lo, particularly since their names are already being mentioned in relation to Diddy's legal troubles. For her fans, this project feels like a redemption arc following years of conjecture about how others might have benefited from her setbacks. Mariah finally has the opportunity to share her story on her own terms, and if she reveals the true workings of the industry, it may not only change how people perceive her, but also how Beyoncé and J.Lo are perceived. Both have meticulously maintained immaculate public personas, but if Mariah makes the connection, it may start a completely new discussion about their ascent and the factors that may have paved the way for them. For some, it may be the validation they've been waiting for. Mariah is going to blow the industry apart, but I'm curious how you all feel. Do you think she would actually expose everything, or is just more Hollywood drama? Leave a comment with your opinions, then watch this following video.